Ah! What's good, people? We are back with another one, man. I already see y'all already lit in the chat, and welcome to the Dragons Den, baby. You know this the podcast where we got that energy. We might have a little bit of light skin letdown today, but my boy PK is still in the building, and we gonna bring y'all some heat, and it's very humbling to have everybody here. I see y'all in these chats, man. Give yourselves a round of applause, because that's what we do at One Way Dragons, and without y'all, there is no us. What's good? Episode 22, baby. We got some topics for your asses. But we're going to get into the panel. We're going to talk about the Wonder Woman of the Dragons Den podcast with her brand new job. So I'm going to need y'all people out there, ladies and gentlemen, to give my sis a round of applause over her new situation. Let's get it. Akumu, how you doing, sis? How you been? And yeah, it's always a pleasure to have you. Talk about it. What you been playing?
Always glad to be here. Been doing good. Yeah, it's still kind of on that Mass Effect off and on for the most part. Kind of took some time off because I've been working on some websites and building some media decks and everything. So I've been kind of focused on the past week. So
that's what's up. That's what's up. And tell your man don't be doing no fake cameos in the background, that goddamn Pocahontas. We don't do that here. But anyway, we gonna get into the rest of the panel. I'm gonna get into the man with the master plan, the man that moonwalks across the stage without even moving his feet. Let's get into my man PK, the most electrifying light-skinned brother on YouTube. What up, PK?
What's happening? What's happening? I'm glad to be here. Sorry, guys. No camera today. But hey, I'm still here in the spirit. That's all that matters, right?
Facts. That's it?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm ready to...
Not the most electrifying light-skinned brother on YouTube. The most essential, the dude that wear gators to high school. Facts. None of that? We ain't gonna get nothing.
There you go. Wearing gators to high school. That's a new one right there.
Wow.
Well, listen, man. I'm gonna introduce this other brother, man. He is the co-host with the most. If you need your electrical bills paid, your light bill, Con Ed bill, or whatever they call the bills in your states, and you don't want to cough up no change, and you just want them heroes to turn to zeros. Shout out to my man, Six Slayer. What you been playing, son? What you been doing? How's it going?
Man, I should be playing I don't know, Disaster Prepper, because they're not gonna throw me in the prison. They're gonna throw me under the prison messing with you, bro. It's facts. But man, I've been playing the game of life, man, with all this insurance, blah blah blah. I'm finally getting the money. You know, I found a contractor, construction, hoping to begin real soon. So that's the game I've been playing, the game of life. It's a serious game, and I'm out to win it.
Okay. Try to hold on. Let's refresh the page, or click on my name.
Yeah, tween in real time.
No, because somebody's hit me on the other videos feed. So Stone King X. Somebody hit Stone King X up with the proper link on YouTube. If y'all have on Twitter, excuse me.
He's in here.
He's
in here. Yeah, he's here.
Oh, he's here now. All right, Stone King, you in the building, baby. Give yourself a round of applause for showing up on time at the 125 mark. I see you, baby. Appreciate you all day. Now, listen, man. We got some topics for your asses. Now, I've been going around other people's podcasts, and I keep hearing that, hey, there was no gaming news. That's not true. You got to do your homework, people. We got 9 topics plus 2 bonus situations. So we're going to start off with the queen in the building, the new champion job possessor. That's where we're going to go. She wants to talk about a subject that affects her streaming, and I don't know if everybody knew about this because I didn't know. She brought it to my attention. My boy Sick called me. He brought it to my attention. Of course, here we allow our panel, we all get out here, we collaborate, and we talk about these topics, and we bring awareness to the community. So with that being said, she wants to explain the situation and what's been going on in Twitter, and it's kind of toxic. So listen up to my girl. Let's go, Akumu. Let's get it. Talk to him. Bring it up. What you want to talk about? Let's go.
All right, so it's a topic. It's often on topic. It happens constantly, but this month has been the absolute worst month, and that's hate raids going on Twitch. And especially in this past week, it's been like ramped up. People have been calling for Twitch for help. We've been begging, screaming, crying out to the void, for Twitch help to do something. People have been putting up suggestions. They're like, yeah, I know this isn't gonna fix the problem long term, but they were like, at least put a bandage on it while you fix it, while you come up with something better, help us out here.
I got a question. I said, this is your topic.
Yeah.
Hate raids. You got to explain to people what that is.
Okay. Sorry. So hate is basically, it's people and their communities, and some of them use bots. And it's basically them spamming streamers, and they're focused on minorities. They're focused on POCs, and they will literally just, it's a hate raid. They'll literally go in, myself,
Is it a racial thing? They're saying racial slurs.
It depends. Now it is a lot of racial slurs. That's the one that's been garnering a lot of attention, is the racial slurs. They do slurs against people's sexual orientations. So it's across all boards, and it kind of depends, because they target, because you use like how Twitch came out with tags, so you can use black. They're gonna go after that. If you're black and gay, they're gonna combine them. If you just use gay, lesbian, whatever, that's what they're gonna focus on.
Okay. Now I have another question I have to ask you. When somebody raids you, don't they tell you who raids you? Like you've been raided by?
Right. So, but that's the thing, because when you're raided, it's literally just the person who brings the raid. It doesn't show everybody else's names. So you can have one person to be like, okay, I'm gonna ban you, but then you have like, and I'm not even joking. You'll have 500 other people coming in spamming the same hateful message. And it's hard to get on there and ban them all. Same thing. Part of the hate raids is also being follow botted. There was somebody that literally was like, "Yeah, I was just follow botted by 500 plus accounts and they call them bot accounts because they don't exist. It's literally like one person that just puts this into a bot and it just generates random names and numbers and all that, and it just
so they're doing those bot situations are like what guys do to pretend they got a certain amount of subscribers, and the same situation happens on YouTube. I got you.
Right, yeah. So that's what the bots, but some of these people are actual real people that get together with their community, and they're all like, yeah, we're all gonna go spam this hateful message. Yeah, so Sensei's thoughts was saying it happened on his show. So exactly. So that's basically what the hate raids are. That's what they're doing. And they're looking for like a reaction. And this week has been especially bad because it's really ramped up, where it's always been bad. This month has been bad. And it's been people kind of like, okay, well, hey, I'm going to put this word in the ban list so they can't use this word. Then they go and they're like, oh, here's a different spelling. Well, people have been, asking Twitch for help. Twitch has been silent. So other streamers have literally been coming up with ways and sharing it with the streaming communities on what to do. There has literally been lists going around on like Google Documents that people can look at and be like, here's a list of all the names, and it's constantly being updated, that you should ban. Here's a list of all the words and their spellings, and so they need to be blocked. There's one guy, he goes by Commander Root, and people have asked for help, and he has moved faster than Twitch, building tools for people to use. Now he says like, hey, I'm working as fast as I can, because it literally is just like him. And he's like, I'm working as fast as I can. He goes, this is not going to fix the situation. But the thing is, at least he's doing something. At least he's giving us something that buys us time. It's gotten to the point that a lot of streamers, because a lot of streamers have the Stream Deck, that they have what's called a panic button. So when a hate raid comes, they push this, they hit the panic button, and it sends chat into like follower only mode or emote only mode.
Right.
It clears the chat. It turns off follower alerts.
Right.
Literally basically shuts everything down.
I got one too.
Right.
Yes, you can set it up for that. That's a fact.
Right, exactly. So it literally shuts everything down.
Okay.
So that's what and that's what people are having to do, and people are figuring this out, and then they're putting the information out there for other people, and the whole time Twitch has been silent. And then it came kind of to head, I think it was like 2 days ago, I believe, that they posted an update, and it's talking about VODs. Oh, here's something new you can do with your VODs on Twitch. And of course they got ripped apart because people are like, this is not what we want. This is not what we need right now.
Right.
You know, they're like, okay, they're like, you need to put whatever you're working on hold and figure out this situation.
Okay.
So basically after all of that, and then they had like their public access where they were talking, and a lot of people went in there, and it was to the point where they put it on emo only mode. So then people started spamming like the trans rights and everything like that, because it's like, hey, we're not going to be silenced.
Right.
That they finally came out with a statement, and their statement basically went like, hey, yeah, we hear you. We know this is bad. This is going on. We're working on stuff, but we can't tell you what it is. But yeah, continue reporting the accounts.
No, but they probably working on something they don't want to say, so people counteract it. I get that. Okay.
Right. And that's what they stated. But the thing that pissed people off about their statement is it's literally, in essence, the same hollow statement that they always make when something goes wrong and people are like, hey, our voices are shouting to be heard. It always kind of comes back to the whole, yeah, we're working on it. We'll get back to you. And so a lot of people are saying, yeah, your words are nice. Yeah, we understand because you don't want them to know what you're working on, but we're tired of words and we want to see action. And people are talking about the fact of, you know, the streamers themselves are doing more to protect the streaming community on Twitch than Twitch is.
Right.
And for Twitch, especially, like, since last year has been touting this whole diversity and protection, and we want everybody to feel safe. Right now, the words are ringing hollow to a lot of people.
Okay.
And so one of the things also that's the issue is, I hate to be that person, but it's happening to POCs. And we're speaking out against it. We're speaking out about our troubles.
Whoa. I don't even know what POCs mean. So please.
Basically people of color. So that's like
the
people
Blacks,
of color. Asians.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Like POCs.
Yeah.
What?
Because I was going to say, a POC is. I was going to say a POC is proof of concept. What do you mean?
I was like, what?
Yeah,
POCs, okay.
So in this case, it's people of color because it's not just happening to the blacks or like Asians. It's minorities. So a lot of people just kind of use the POCs. But I just say like I said, I kind of hate to be this person. It's happening in the POCs or whatever.
It's not you being a person. People are out here doing ratchet things, and it needs to be addressed. You're not the person. Do not take fault. Do not feel no way for speaking up. That's why you talking about it. Continue. Nah, we don't do that.
Right.
You gotta say what's right.
Right. Well, no, it's not so much that. It's the fact of this next part that I'm gonna say. Now we're speaking up, but there's a lot of the white streamers, the white privileged streamers that also want to add their 2 cents in, which is totally fine. Don't get me wrong. There has been people willing to help. There's one that was like, hey, you know, to all my minorities out there and everything, let me know if you need help. I will be willing to help you. They were like, you know, I've modded for these big streamers. I've modded for these companies. Like she said that she modded for Elgato. She's like, I'm offering to mod for you. So if this happens to you. So there's people like that. And then, because this really pissed me off, and I actually have it pulled up on my phone. And then you have people like this. If you want dangerous, try being swatted. Now that's dangerous. Right. This is just child's play.
Right.
So then somebody tweeted, Twitch is not safe right now. It's not safe to stream. People are being attacked beyond just hateful messages. It's becoming dangerous. And that's something that happened just this week alone. Now they're taking it a step further because Twitch hasn't done anything. They're literally finding out people's addresses and posting them. They're finding out people's full names and posting them. They're being doxxed, is what's going on.
Okay.
And so this same person's response to that is, I understand it's bad that people are spreading hate messages, but honestly, just put it in sub-follower only mode. Fixed. I'm so glad I was bullied growing up. Takes a lot to get under my skin. This isn't a big deal to me, just a normal day as a streamer. Now people are making it a big deal. The trolls won. I've been called every name in the book, been a streamer before. Twitch is Twitch. I've heard, experienced it all. People make mountains out of molehills.
Right.
Now, this is someone who is a white streamer speaking out their privilege. Oh, put it in follower sub mode. The thing is, it's not feasible for a lot of people because Twitch is supposed to be all about like that communication and building communities and talking. And if you have somebody new come in your chat and they're totally innocent and it's in like sub only mode, that can drive them away.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
And
that turns me off.
Right, exactly. And then there was something that just came out that I read about, and I pulled it up. I'm trying to find her name right quick. I think it was like Sister Karen. She was sharing like, oh, hey, this is how her hate rate started. And it was someone who followed, and then he typed in some random words, I guess, to try and see what he could get away with in chat. And then as soon as he figured out what he could get away with, and she was expecting it, she was ready, the hate rate started. And she was able to basically put everything in that lockdown mode, right? The thing is she's saying that we're not supposed to be having to do that. And people are also sharing about the fact of, there's somebody who made a whole website dedicated to the hate raids and tools to use to help prevent it and how to build a panic button and just it's just absolutely insane because again, for Twitch saying that we want to create a safe space and inclusivity and diversity and this and that, you're not doing anything. You only made a statement after you had your live stream and people went crazy.
What's I got a question.
Yeah.
What is Twitch's TOS?
So in Twitch's TOS, basically it's the same thing. It's you're not supposed to like no harassment. You're not supposed to go after people like for their sexual identities or like the color of their skin or anything like that. So these people are breaking TOS. They are. But Twitch's response is basically like, well, there's so many people, we can't stop them all.
Oh, you can stop everybody by banning channels.
Right. Well, the thing is this is something that has been ongoing for a long time that people have been calling them out for because people can create hateful names. I remember watching my friend stream and somebody followed her and literally their name was KKK supporter. People can create names like that. So this has been an ongoing issue for a long time. But now it's getting worse and they're escalating and people are like, we need help. There's been so many people who are afraid to go live. I have one of my good friends, Brandon, he is completely outspoken about all this. And he's been hate rated and he's even like, the fact of the matter is people have sponsorships and they have to warn their sponsors. Like I have a sponsorship that's supposed to be going live next month that has been in talks since last month. And now I have to reach out to them and be like, hey, there's a chance that when I'm doing this, I may get hate rated.
Well,
I have to go to that.
Listen, my question, I'm sorry to cut you off there.
No.
My complete question mainly targeted because the TOS goes both ways. And not just for a user, but also for a streamer. So the question is, what is the agreement from Amazon or on paper that you guys sign that they agree to do for you in such cases?
Oh, yeah. Well, according to the agreement that I signed as an affiliate, I mean, yeah, they're supposed to basically like stand with their streamers. They're supposed to protect us.
What's the timetable?
There is none.
Yeah, I was going to say they're not going to do that.
Yeah, there is
they ain't
none.
going to commit to rectifying anything in no time frame.
All right, but they also have to show some sort of evidence that they're going to meet that agreement. Otherwise, it's a breach of contract.
Real true
Right,
indeed.
but but you're looking at it from like the whole contract point of view, which like I get they should, but
I'm trying to hold. What I'm looking at is holding them accountable for
right,
allowing it on their platform.
right. No, I
There's all
understand.
kinds of small things they could do
Right.
to
No,
mitigate that.
I understand where you're coming from, and that's part of the issue because, like I said, this has been going on for a long time, and they even put out a statement like last year, 2 years ago, talking about hold us accountable when we're doing something wrong. Let us know, yada yada yada. And people have. The fact of the matter is, then they don't do anything or they wait. And some of the stuff that would help speed it up is if some of these bigger streamers spoke out against it, like with the whole Black Lives Matter thing. You
Right,
know, they were
right,
all
right.
for it. They all
A more
spoke out.
powerful
But
voice.
right. But now you have some of their bigger partners that are being quiet. And when people are like, hey, I thought you were for the minorities, for the people, you know, they're just like, oh, well, I got my own stuff I'm worrying about. I got this to do and stuff like that. And it's like, and it makes it feel more like, oh, when it's a huge issue like the Black Lives Matter, you have no problem speaking up because you want that clout. But now that it's just going around Twitch and it's not like world news or whatever, you're totally fine staying silent.
Well, you know what,
You know,
sis? I'm happy you brought this to our attention. I'm so happy because I didn't even know about this. And people in the chat, and for those that stream, this is a very important subject. It's another way to stop the idiots from doing idiot shit. And sis, I want when it was brought to my attention, I wanted you to put that out there, man. I wanted you to talk about it. I know you stream way more than anybody else on this channel, possibly way more than anybody else I know. And yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm glad you brought this to our attention. I appreciate
yeah,
that. And people need to speak out on this because this shouldn't be
they
no
do.
there shouldn't be no space for this. There shouldn't be
Right,
no
because
space.
you know, it's just like my friend Brandon said, right? He says he knows how to handle it. He goes, but he's worried for the people that don't know how to handle it. He's worried for the people that this is their first time experience something like this and to get hit with hundreds at once.
Right.
There's people, and I'm not even gonna lie, I'm not gonna lie, myself included, that don't want to stream, that are
Nah,
afraid
don't
to
let nah
stream.
nah don't let them stop the show. Nobody stops the show. Haters, trollers, whatever. Nah, show don't stop. But look,
Right.
I
But that's
wanna
the thing because Nux has himself been helping me build these tools and pull these banned words and blocked and everything to get me ready to get back to streaming.
nah, you can't let them stop your momentum. You gotta keep driving, man. And even with the console war nonsense, you can't let people deter you from your path, man. You gotta keep focused. But I want to move on to
Right.
PK's subject now, man. He wants to talk about Evo. And back when Evo was purchased, I said this wasn't good. I said, with Sony buying Evo, or not buying, but investing heavily into it, that they would dictate what titles would be in it, like a Smash. People said they would never take Smash out of Evo. So PK has some current information that Runaway Dragons on the Dragons Den, we always try to hit y'all with something that every other podcast ain't talking about. So I want PK to take this over quickly, talk about the Evo situation and what really has been going on. He's going to tell you something that's going to piss you off about a youngster and about games that's no longer in Evo. PK, take that showroom floor, baby.
Yeah, so we know that Sony invested into Evo. They have a 50% stake, which means they do have somewhat of a controlling interest to sway one way or another.
Right.
One of the things is this year Evo is different. Evo and E3 usually coincide at the same time, and it's usually like Christmas because both of them have super big game reveals, etc., and it's huge excitement. This year, nobody even knew what was happening. Not even the people that were supposed to be competing. And they were like, well, how do you, everybody's like, this is Sony taking over a bigger corporation. We're going to get all this attention, probably a bigger prize pool, etc., They thinking big things about to happen. Everybody's happy. And turns out nothing is happening and nothing is to be happy about because they didn't even advertise it. And even the people who were registering did not even know it was happening. So, anyways, we passed that, and then find out the list of games. Only games that are supported at Evo are only on PlayStation platforms. So that means there is no Smash. There is no Killer Instinct. There is no Fighting Herds. There is nothing like that unless it exists on the PlayStation platform.
So you're telling me
Period.
games that's not on the PlayStation platforms in terms of a fighter, especially exclusives, they took those games out, and Smash is one of
Yes,
the biggest fighters on the planet?
they're not part of the roster at all. And I know some people are like, well, it's because it's online. Get real. Smash has been doing online tournaments all year round. Evo is not the only tournament. It's just the biggest tournament.
One, right.
It's not the only one. The Smash community has been playing online for months. All right. And they figured out a way to get it done. And it's more than enough. Like promoters know how to set up tournaments and things of that nature. That Sony only invested into this just to advertise their platform. They don't really care about the people involved.
That's horrible.
So recently, because Evo just wrapped up recently, one of the new kids, and Kumu help me, I forget his name because he's new.
Oh, the Omni Turkey.
Omni Turkey. This kid pretty much 3-0'd every match he played. Made it to top 8 Mortal Kombat 11. In the middle of him in his finals, he got disqualified due to him being underage. Now, for those who are not familiar, there has been teenagers and, I mean, it's been underage people competing in fighting game tournaments. And I'm one.
Hold on. Let me just cut you off real quick. Sorry.
Go ahead.
You're trying to tell me he was DQ'd for being a child that played video games? I'm just saying.
Right.
I'm just saying. That's what you're telling me here.
That's what I'm telling you.
Okay.
That he was DQ'd because he was considered as a minor. Now, I know you guys are like, well, you know, blah blah blah. It could be, but you got to understand this. I have been a competitor in fighting in FGC for a long time, and it was never an issue of age as long as you had parental consent. Never. And he registered with parental consent, just like anybody else would, like any year you would. However, during the tournament, while he's competing, somehow mysteriously, Evo changed their rules. They changed their rules and said you have to be an adult. Now, that is messed up. That this kid went all this way to fulfill his dream, and then they changed the rules in the middle of the tournament to tell him he's DQ'd because he don't meet the age requirements. Though it's kind of silly that you're telling me you got to be 18 to play video games, but you know that's another story. But you know we all follow rules, but let's get real. You changed this in the middle of the tournament. He had no idea, unaware of what was going on. He was ready to move on to the next step, and he couldn't because they DQ'd him, ruined his dreams. Now, this is just a mountainous of a disaster of this year's Evo. Be honest with you,
Yeah.
which also bothers me because you know what I mean. I look forward to this every year, and if it's declining because of the
Sony
lack
interest.
of empathy, and Sony is ambitious with whatever they're trying to do, which does not match with how a tournament is supposed to be ran, then Evo's going to go away. And I'm sorry to say that, but a lot of people is going to stop trying to register for this because, if you are a Smash dude, that's all you play, but you're good at it, and this is what you're banking on. But they take your game away from the biggest fighting game tournament.
It's crazy.
And let me just give you guys some stats. The last time Evo had a Smash in the tournament, it had 53% of the entry into Smash. It had more Smash entries than any other fighter combined. And that includes Street Fighter, which was number 2, and it still didn't take up but 10% of the entries. 10% to 30. That's huge. That's a big difference. And all I'm saying is that, is this what's to come? To take away games and to tell people you can only play games if you own a PlayStation? That's crazy.
Yeah.
That has never been a thing. We're trying to bring people together. They're trying to disenfranchise people. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
that's a fact.
and then you got this kid who made his way, who proved himself, and you got people, legends like Perfect Legend. You got Sonic Fox saying, "Hey, I won my first Evo at 15,"
Mm-hmm.
and you mean to tell this kid is only 17? He ain't even that far away from 18, and you really gonna DQ him for that?
Wow. You know what, PK, man? I wanted you to really tell the people, because when I said it back about Smash, the dude's like, that'll never happen. Well, it didn't happen. And once again, my crystal ball and my Oracle from the Matrix skills have kicked in. And I told y'all, I done shocked the world. I done told y'all. Sony, it's about Sony. There's no kumbaya with them. But we need to move on because we got a lot of topics. I don't know if we're going to get in on these topics, man, but we have to move on. So you got any final thoughts on that, PK?
I mean, that's it. I want to hear is anybody else had any input. Really, we haven't heard Sick talk. And I didn't know if he had
I'll
any
let you
input.
and Akumu take the floor. We got to get into these topics. We got 9 topics, brother. We got 9.
I
right, go ahead.
apologize.
we got to go. And I don't think we're going to get to all of them. So I'm going to start hitting the bangers first. So, Sick, you want to comment on this?
I just wanted to say I think both of these situations are related in the fact that the only time these companies seem to be interested in doing anything is when it's affecting their pockets. And you look at the situation with OnlyFans, right? The only reason they're doing what they're doing now is because and this is what's in their statement, and I'm paraphrasing to a pretty good degree, but it's really because of their banking partners have issue now. Okay? So banks, that's the money. The money is speaking to them, and the money don't like it. So now it has to go. Okay.
Facts.
Twitch is only gonna want to do anything, or Amazon, okay, their parent company is only going to want to do anything about this when it affects their money, and so too with Evo. Okay, you got to hurt them where their money is. That's their pockets, you know. And so I see Bloody was mentioning on September 1st, they're trying to do, you know, what's the word there? Like a boycott of streaming, okay, to do exactly that, affecting their pockets for them to get the message. Because apparently they're not getting the message. They should already have gotten the message, you know, this is already starting to hit, you know, the headlines now. That's bad PR. Handle your shit. But they're not doing that. So now we got to do what we got to do. And that's what I wanted to mention in all these situations.
All right, listen, man, we're going to attack the elephant in the room. I usually don't hit the hard topics so early, man, but I really wanted my team to get their rocks off. Man, we're going to talk about Outriders and the super shady shot that was thrown at Game Pass and services like it. There is no service like it. So they're throwing shots at Game Pass. The developer, Square Enix, hasn't passed.
Publisher.
The publisher hasn't passed on the bag to the developer for Outriders. And they went on to state that it could be because of services like Game Pass. There is no other service like Game Pass. So they're talking about Game Pass. But I want to get the panel's opinions on, is this a Game Pass problem? Because this is not a problem that's been happening. Is it a publisher problem not passing on the bag? Because Microsoft pays up front when you put your game in Game Pass. So if they gave up the bag early, I want to know why is they trying to look past Square and go straight to Microsoft like they own what's the group that made what's the development team that made
People that can fly.
People That Fly? Right. So talk to me, Mr. Sick. Tell me, what was your thoughts on this whole comment coming from People Can Fly?
All right. Well, it seems like the word of the day this episode out of me is money. Once again, money's at the root of this whole situation, you know. But if you've been looking at the track record of Square, money's been a problem for a minute. You know, they fumbled the situation with Avengers. The past two Tomb Raider games, despite all their sales, they were claiming that they weren't making money on those games. That's a common complaint out of Square. And then recently now, you know, because the failure of Avengers, you know, a lot of that hard work that they
the game is not a failure. That's incorrect. The game was a success. It just had bugs.
But I'm saying money-wise,
well,
you know, the word of the day is money-wise.
Right,
Money-wise,
right.
It fell
You're
flat
talking
on
about
its face.
turn profit.
In terms
They
of
haven't
profit.
turned profit
right.
They
from the
haven't.
investment.
Thank you, PK. This is where you're always so helpful. You're exactly right.
Right.
They
haven't
haven't turned a good profit in a while in this Avengers situation. You know, we spoke on this, you know, previously and elsewhere, that the situation with the Avengers really hurt them, and it hurt the positive progress that they were making. Now that and then you see this with the sale of Nixus to Sony. I don't think this was a situation, and I said that before when we were speaking on that subject. I don't think that was a situation where Square would have wanted to do that. It makes no sense. They need them to port their games not only to PC. A lot of people talk about them as a PC porter, but also for console. On the console versions of, like, for example, the Tomb Raider games are by Nixus. Okay, don't make the core game, but they did the work to put them on console.
Right. They bought them.
Right. So I think the fact that Square had sold Nixus to Sony wasn't because they wanted to, but because they needed some money. They needed some capital to put back into the company. So once again, money's at the root of all of this. And but in terms of this, it's just this. Listen, man, it used to be a weekly thing. Now it's a daily thing, almost, right? And sometimes there's multiple in a day where something happens, and we know a particular segment of the audience, we all know who, right? All have to say something, the worst possible take ever, the most inaccurate, the most negative for Xbox, that, you know. So, and I brought up the past history of Square for a reason. Do we know for sure they've been paying the developers in the end?
No.
We don't know one way or another. We don't know one way or another. So this may not be a once in a while situation. This could be very common. And we've heard this from other developers in other games that they hadn't received their money yet.
Right.
Why is it now because of Game Pass? Now it's Game Pass's fault. Game Pass is what put this game on the map. You know, this was something we also spoke about when this game first came into the radar. The DLC situation is almost non-existent, and they had told us this outright. Like, its legs as a game isn't there. It has issues. It had technical issues. It had all types of drama. A lot of that, I understand, has been fixed and such. But at the time when the game was hitting, people were dropping it. Okay,
right.
And a lot of people who are hardcore into the game haven't went back to finishing it and have no plans to anytime soon because there's more and more on the plate. So that's the backlist and the backlog, and most likely never to be touched again. So if this was a game that wasn't on Game Pass, it wouldn't even have been successful at all in anyone's mind. Nobody would even remember the game. You would say Outriders. Outriders? I heard the name, but I never got to play it. But everybody knows what the game is about, even if you haven't played it. I haven't played Outriders. I wasn't interested in playing Outriders, but I know all about it, and everybody and a lot of other people do because its name was out there, was prevalent, and that's because of Game Pass. If it was out there on its own legs, as you know, game you buy on disc or digitally, it wouldn't have lasted that 1 week. So it just goes to show these people who are out there running their mouths don't know what they're talking about once again, and they look like clowns as always. So
All right, PK, tell me, man, who dropped the ball on this one? Microsoft,
I mean,
People Can Fly,
it's
or,
not even
Square
the
Enix?
thing is. I would say, first of all, this article is garbage, right? This article was written to throw shade and intentionally mislead people.
Facts.
This person who wrote this article has no idea what the contract is pending anyone getting. So they can't technically speak on something they don't know about. They're just speculating and giving an opinion piece. However, people are taking it as if it's news. It's technically not news. The real news here is that someone's intentionally trying to use clickbaity titles to get you to believe or persuade you to look and think something that is truly not happening. I remember we did an interview with Square talking about Outriders, and we talked about how it was a big success because it's a new IP, and to be able to put their game in front of millions on day one is huge.
Facts.
So they were very happy with the and again, this is just Square. We didn't talk to people that can fly or whatever their name is. However, the point I'm making is the publisher was happy with the deal, and that's who made the deal, not the developer.
Right.
The developer
Right.
gets paid by whatever agreement they made with the publisher.
They work for Square Enix, pretty much.
Yeah, they was
They're
outsourced to do this.
employees. Right.
So at the end of the day, whatever that agreement is, which I don't know what it is, and no one really knows because it's confidential, they will get paid whenever that agreement is fulfilled. Now, it could be, we can speculate and say that agreement has to be fulfilled if it turns profit or turns a certain amount of profit. We don't know. We just speculate. At the end of the day, do we really know if they got money or not? Or is this, I mean, this is the only dude that put this out there. So how do we know? This is all an opinion piece. At the end of the day, we shouldn't even, the people who takes this and run needs to read the article to understand. It has nothing to do with Game Pass. Because if it did, why does Game Pass have more brand new games in the last 2 months than any other platform that has put a game on it?
That's a fact.
Help me understand that.
Okay.
I even interviewed the developer, the owner of the company who did Christ Tales, and he said, listen, Game Pass has been phenomenal for us because Christ Tales is his first game that ever was successful. And why? Why is it that? Because he had many other games. He told us on the interview.
Why is that? But that's why.
And that's what I'm getting at.
Right.
And that's what I'm getting at is this person needs to be called out for their alternative facts and stop trying to post it as if it's news because it's his opinion piece.
Okay. Let me get a Kumu on hopping on here. Kumu, did you read about this and what did you think?
Yeah, so I read about it and I agree with PK and Sick. Like, absolutely. This has nothing to do with Microsoft. Like they were saying, it's between the publisher and the dev itself. The dev was even talking like, well, hey, we sold, what do you say, like 2 to 3 million copies. You know, like PK said, we don't know the intricacies of the contract. For all we know, Square Enix said, oh, we consider it profitable, once we hit 4 million. Right. I mean, we don't know. So yeah, all these people out here, they're blaming Game Pass for all this, and they're right. If it was a Game Pass issue, we would have seen this with other games as well. Not just they would not. People Can Fly would not be the first people who have spoken out against this because other people by this point would have spoken out like, hey, I thought that this was going to be one thing and it was another. No, people would speak out about not getting paid. So
well, let's be clear. They spoke about not getting paid, not Game Pass, and that's what this dude alluded to.
Right,
and
right.
To do with Game Pass, this person who wrote this article insinuated, even though it had no language related.
Right.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. He's taking bits and pieces and like you were saying and putting it to fit his narrative. and what he thinks. Because the whole thing is, oh, we're not getting royalties, and that's between Square Enix and them, not
Right.
Game Pass. But
Pushing it.
he's taking bits and pieces and putting excerpts into this article to fit the narrative that he wants it to go, and then goes on like, oh, hey, it's hinted that this is the reason why. And it's like, no, that's not the reason why, because we would have heard about this. It would have been an issue long before this came out.
Oh, that's a fact.
So yeah, I absolutely agree with like PK and Sick. Like, it's not a Game Pass issue.
All right, first of all, Microsoft make these deals, they cut the check. Once they cut the check, what a company does with its employees is that company's problem. I'm not gonna dwell on it. Y'all all touched on some great opinions, and they're just that, your opinions. And when this guy have an opinion and decided to throw Game Pass or make insinuations that it could be Game Pass, he didn't say it, but he put the way he worded the narrative, you know that only could be one thing he's talking about. So I'm glad y'all pointed that out. People need to read the fine print sometime, and they really need to understand what's going on. So now we're going to talk about something that another big topic before we get, we're gonna drop some smaller ones on y'all later, but listen, man, I got some free smoke to give out this evening. Halo to have no Forge or co-op campaign at launch. I really, Kumu, I need to get your thoughts on this. I think it's a bunch of BS with how the community's responding, but give me your opinion on it. I'm very, very knowledgeable about Halo, so people are not gonna like what I say, but so I'm gonna go last. But I wanted to get your opinion on this whole, does this make or break the game? Does it hurt it for you? Give me your opinions on when you heard about this.
Okay, no, it doesn't make or break the game for me. Like, my opinion on it when I first heard about it, it's just like, oh, okay, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna say like, oh, I was happy, yeah, it's disappointing, but I think this is definitely a no-win scenario, honestly, because if they're like, oh, okay, well, we're just gonna push the whole launch date back so we can get these in there, you're still gonna have people up in arms crying about it. And then you have the people already that are upset about it because you're launching the game and you're not putting these two things into it yet. So that's how I feel. But my thing is I also look at it as in, I don't play Fortnite, but look at Fortnite, every season they release something different. Why can't they do the same thing? Even you have games that they'll come out with DLC to enhance the story, right? And they'll be free. Why can't you look at it that way then?
Facts.
They feel like, okay, the game is ready, but the co-op campaign is not ready and the Forge isn't ready. That's what they feel is not ready, because like they were saying, hey, we're building this from the ground up. It's a lot more complex. The game is ready to go. You can still have fun with it. And then, like they said, on their roadmap, it's to add in the co-op campaign and the Forge. It's not like they're saying, no, well, that's done, we're not doing it at all. Right. They're saying, no, yeah, it's still on our roadmap to add this in there. So I'm like, okay, well, if you're that upset about it, look at it as DLC to enhance the game, if that makes you feel better.
Facts.
The thing is it's still being added into the game. They were talking about all these new tools and everything that they want to bring into the game. They have to make sure it works. They're like, oh, we want people to still be innovative and creative with the Forge. And to do that, we're bringing new tools for people to use. You have to make sure it works, because, you launch it and you're not even... oh, there's still bugs and stuff, and people are like, oh, I did this, and then people are still going to be upset. Well, I tried this and this didn't work and this happened and this is broken. So they're trying to do the best that they can, and that's what they even came out and said. They're very transparent. They're not just they didn't launch the game and then not say anything about Forge or the co-op campaign not being in there. They're not hiding it away. They said, no, we're still going to add it. They came out and said, this is the reason why we're not adding it yet.
Okay.
So that's just my thoughts. It's not make or break the game for me. I'm just looking at it like, okay, I'm going to have fun, right? I'm looking at it as like, it's just more game coming that's going to enhance the overall game, and we're getting it for free.
PK, give me your thoughts, man, because I think this is really crazy. Like I said, somebody gonna get some free smoke today because I'm gonna really drop some BS on y'all. But PK, tell me your thoughts about this whole mode, man, and how did it make you feel?
I don't feel no type of way about it. I mean, I played Doom Eternal. It's single player. It's a freaking phenomenal game, and you feel like a badass through the whole campaign. And the way I look at it is like
108 Dragons TV
if
welcomes
if they
everyone.
put their time and energy to make you feel like how I felt when I played Doom, to make the game, the experience of playing multiplayer or Master Chief, should I say, feel like that, I think it's worth it. So why would I complain if they just polishing it off? That's crazy. Like, who cares? It's not gonna change anything because you can't play with a homie through the story.
Facts.
You play through. Most of you ain't even gonna play through the story. You're just gonna go straight to multiplayer. So let's just keep it real. Just like Call of Duty, there's not many people who played the daggone campaign.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Let's stop complaining about stuff that you don't even do anyway.
All right.
You know what I mean? And then y'all complain about having a single player element, and here you go, and now it's different. And you got
Facts.
different energy now.
Facts. All right, sick, man. You know where my heart is at with this game. So I'm gonna let you
know
go.
What mine is.
I'm gonna let you go, and then I'm gonna destroy some people's feelings.
Listen, man, I'm not trying to be good cop to your bad cop. I want to feel some. Yeah, I got some bad cop in me too. You feel me? Because soon as it's anything Xbox, all of a sudden you got all the haters out here running their mouths. First off, this is not the first Halo not to have all its intended features out the box day one. Maybe Halo 3 got you a little too comfortable with a grab bag of every feature in the sun on day one, and you just like, you spoiled now. You're spoiled. It's just that simple. This is Halo we're talking about. The most complete package out there. Save maybe one or two other titles. I wouldn't even say franchises, titles like the Orange Box, okay? That was a bunch of other games. This is just one game, one Halo game that comes out with every feature under the sun. So that Forge, I don't even think this is the first time where Forge wasn't there day one. I think the same thing happened with Reach, I want to say. I'm not really sure. But that's Forge. I put that aside. The co-op, okay, PK was like, I don't feel no type of way. Yeah, generally I agree with him, except for the co-op. I was like, yeah, I wish I was there day one. But
I mean, it's disappointing, but let's be honest.
Right.
Is it really going to make or break you playing the game?
Exactly.
Come on,
and
dog.
And I think about how I think the gameplay in the single player is going to be. I feel like there's going to be a bit of Metroid esque aspects to it with the equipment and the whole exploring the whole ring. So maybe you don't want the co-op day one. I was thinking about that for a long time. Now I have an answer. I don't have to worry about that now. So to me, whatever. I don't mess with Forge, and I'd like to play, in co-op online. But if it's not there day one, I'm not gonna. I'm done. Like, life is not worth living anymore. But once
You get multiplayer for free.
Yes,
like, relax already.
Separately.
Jesus
Download.
Christ
You don't need
almighty.
Game Pass. You don't need nothing to get that. Hell, you probably don't even need Xbox Live to download it, and then you could do system. Who knows if it even supports that? Knowing Halo and the complete package once again that it is, I wouldn't be surprised if that's in there too. So
if I could get the statistics of how many people launch the daggone multiplayer before even thinking about touching the campaign, that's just gonna prove my point. Most of y'all just crying for no reason.
Well,
You people are crying for no reason because it's Halo and it's Microsoft and you want something to hate on. So hate on this. Halo is going to be the most successful game that comes out this year on most any platform.
For the next 4 years.
108 Dragons TV welcome Mr. 100 Intro Media Gaming.
For you idiots out there that just like to talk because God gave you a mouth. Let me tell you something for the record. The first Halo didn't even have co-op. Campaign, multiplayer.
Split screen. It had the split
Forge
screen. That was about it.
launched with Halo one time and always been an additional mode added later. Co-op. I think 3 had co-op and one more other one. That is not what Halo's based off of. Co-op, couch play, or online co-op. That's the second thing. That's the third thing. Then I'm gonna get into you clowns out here talking about a game that's gonna revolutionize the whole series. You complained about the campaign of 5. Oh, 343 don't know what they're doing. Let's just be real here. For real Halo fans, know 343 has been around with Halo for a very long time before they took over after Bungie left. They didn't just come in here, scoop up the title, and said, listen, now we got Halo, we do what we want. Because technically, Halo 4 on 360 graphically destroyed the whole series. That was done by 343. Halo 5 took the series in a bigger aspiration and generated over $5 billion for a game and a campaign that people did not like. Then we have the Craig debacle. Craig, look at the faces. Look at the pop-in. 50 miles away. Oh my God, this game is not ready. So now we get a game that's pushed back. People are worried about the multiplayer, even though 5 has the most successful multiplayer ever. But we're worried about it. We're worried about graphics. They need to stop the sprint. They need to stop this. They need to stop that. The only players that complain about stuff like that is the people that's not good at Halo in the first place. You want the game that don't play it. You want the game watered down because you suck. Now we have a whole nother debacle. They're releasing this on cloud, Xbox One, Xbox Series S and X, which is basically 2 different platforms. Same platform, 2 different power. And PC. That's 4 situations. 4 different situations of first time ever. PK, when they make Mario World, 3D Mario World, how many platforms is it on?
1.
When they make Last of Us, how many platforms is it on?
1.
Oh, this is the first time we've ever seen a game,
simultaneous launch,
biggest first-party title on the planet,
and
being released on 4 different platforms. 4. But you got these whining crybabies and people who don't play the game from the other competition console complaining or making comments. You threatening developers. First of all, half of y'all ain't tough. Stop threatening people. You're not like that. You're frauding the public. Let's get this fraud police out here because you're frauding the goddamn public. You're frauds. You've never seen a game of this magnitude released on this many platforms. Day 1 cloud. You'll be able to play in your house, play in your car, play on your phone, play on your tablet, come back home, start off where you left off. You don't have no idea. And they're doing this during a 2-year pandemic. And we still gonna sit here and complain and threaten the devs like they not working hard. So now the multiplayer comes out. Everybody's excited. Oh my God. Oh my God. Halo's back. Halo never went nowhere. Sony wish they had one game to generate over $5 billion. One. They need one game to do it. They don't have one game to do that. But now we're going to throw shade because they say, oh, Forge is not ready. Nobody cares. Real Halo fans is like, oh, okay, they'll add it later. No couch co-op. If I beat the game and we want to stream later on when it does come out, we're going to hop right back in and play together and have a good time. Why are we complaining? If anything you want to worry about, and this is what I said, that single player campaign better be fire. That's the biggest story here. Not multiplayer, not anything else. Everybody complained about one thing with Halo last, because they saw Master Chief was a villain, supposedly. People didn't like that. I get it. But now they're working hard to bring you a campaign out of this world. They're doing the best they can in 2 years of a pandemic right now. 2 years. No Forge, we're bringing it later. No Assassinations, we're putting it in later. How many games have grown? Rainbow Six Siege was not good at launch. You see what that game is today? Over 35 million players with growth. We've watched Mortal Kombat grow with characters. We watched Fortnite grow. PUBG grow. Call of Duty grow. Do you want me to keep going? What are we doing here? This is ridiculous. It's absolutely absurd. And for those that you don't play the game, you need to zip your lips up and go play the game you like to play and complain about that. Because this is absurd. This is the biggest launch Halo will ever have. Ever. And they told you from day one, this game will grow over the years. They told you that. So if they forthcoming with the information, why are we acting like they didn't speak up in the beginning? They don't tell you, oh, we don't believe in generations and then sell you a remaster. They don't come out here and make up stories and then say, oh, people don't want to play remasters, but we're going to sell you. We're going to sell you. No, they don't play old games, but we're going to sell you a remaster. They don't come out here and lie. They told you exactly what they was doing, the floor plan and the vision. It is not a fail. Forge is not a fail. Forge is a bonus to Halo. That's not the preferred Halo mode. It's Slayer. Warzone is cool. What they did with fighting against the aliens, it was dope. But Halo players play Slayer. Period. Long as that's right, you can keep adding modes to that game. Different. You could add Battle Royale down the road. Whatever. Slayer better be right. Because that's the heart of Halo. 4v4. 6v6. That is the heart. So when I saw this, I wanted to strangle half the community for talking out of their ass. Because this is ridiculous. You don't know what it takes to bring a game of this magnitude to that many platforms that we out here assassinating these developers' character. Why attack the developers? Be disappointed a little bit? Say, you know what? No problem. My thing was Craig better not look like Craig from last year. And that campaign better be tight. We've been proven, we've been showed that the multiplayer is back. Not that it went anywhere. I don't know why people keep saying that. But do you have confidence in the multiplayer? We need to see the campaign. Everything else is an addition. But we gotta stop threatening developers. It is sickening and disgusting. It is disgusting what y'all doing out here. Everybody's a killer all of a sudden. I'll come in your house and kick over your refrigerator and burn your stove. Come on, man. Come on. I just couldn't believe that Twitter lit up like that. Attacking these people. You think they not working hard? You think they're not putting in the hours to bring this game to you to give the Halo community what they want? They're working hard. They're not saying, you think they wanted to say Forge wasn't ready? How many of y'all play Forge? I don't even play Forge.
I've never played in my life, not even once.
I played it. It's all right. People make their own levels and be creative. I get it. Oh, we could make Battle Royale in there. Good luck. I'll play with somebody. I don't even play Big Team Battle. Still a great mode, but I'm not going to act like I play it. I'm a Halo guy to the death. This is my game. No way should we be doing what we doing, man. I just thought this was ridiculous, man. I just thought this was ridiculous. I couldn't believe the response from Halo fans or so-called Halo fans. I don't even know if they Halo fans. I think some people just talking to just say something. They just needed some type of, let's say, oh, we got to talk about it. You can talk all you want. There's no game in the next 3 years coming from any platform that's going to compete. Not even one. That's why everybody's running from November. You see? Call of Duty, we gonna talk about that later. November 5th. They not going nowhere near that anniversary date. They know better. Everybody's not going near that date. They don't want no parts of Halo coming out to compete. They know better.
Nope.
They know better. Come on, man. We gotta stop threatening these devs. But I want to move into these other topics, man. What we gonna go to? We're gonna talk about sixth favorite topic. We're gonna talk about Phil Spencer and his comments on his Steam Deck, man. And it's a good thing with the Steam Deck for the PC community. This is really not a device for the casuals. It's for people that want to take their Steam library on the go. It's really aimed at the PC side. But I want to start off with you, Sick. What did you think about Phil Spencer and his comments on Steam Deck? And before I go say something else, shout out to the chat, man. We got 30 people in here and 29 likes. I appreciate everybody, man. I see y'all lit in this building, man. Welcome every single body. Shout out to my little brother Bloody with the Twitter fingers, because I see your name popping up all over the place. You like chicken pox on somebody's face. That's a fact. But tell me, Sick, what did you think about Phil Spencer's comments on the Steam Deck? And he said this might be one of the best places to play in a handheld for Xbox Game Pass. Let's get on that Game Pass hype train, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, before I even say anything, man, moment of silence for that person's face with the chicken pox on it. Anyway, bro, listen, Phil Spencer, having had the Steam Deck for about a week up until when he made that tweet, is a little bit eye-opening, but also in hindsight, you're like, well, yeah, it does make sense, don't it? A lot of people have been concerned about, Valve has said, yeah, you could put Windows on it if you want, but are the drivers going to be there? And it was pretty obvious, yes, but now that Phil Spencer and staff at Microsoft have hands-on this device, I think that's not something you have to worry about anymore. He was trying Game Pass out, and he seemed to imply that he tried it on the xCloud and within a dedicated app. Is that a dedicated app on Windows or on Steam or both? We don't know, but soon I guess we're gonna find out. But I mean, even if you decide to wipe the OS on there and put Windows on it because you just feel like that's the route for you, we got the Game Pass xCloud streaming functionalities built into the Xbox app now. You got that remote plays there. You got the cloud functionality just if you just use a web browser, So either way, we know xCloud and Game Pass will work great on this device, and that's good to hear. So that's just another, feather in the cap of the device. Their proof of concept for xCloud that shows it could be anywhere on anything, like they've been claiming this whole time. So it's good to see.
Okay. PK, I don't know if you picking this up. The Steam Deck, not a Stream Deck, the Steam Deck. Talk to me, brother. What did you think about Phil's comments? Because Phil is just an excellent guy, man. He's overly positive, and he's definitely he know how to say the right thing and give the right aura when he's into something. Do you think that this device can be partnered with Microsoft to bring Game Pass on a portable level?
I think that's the point. Yeah, I think that's the point why he got a demo. He wouldn't have got one if they weren't interested in partnering with Microsoft, right? So yeah, I think that's the point. Is it's an open platform and they want to take it to another level. This will be Valve's first successful, and I am calling it successful. I know it ain't out yet, but let's be honest, it's the first one that even new people, casuals, can get a hold of and be able to consume games and play.
Facts.
So for Game Pass, or I think that's the idea. Phil wants to reach millions and possibly a billion gamers. The only way to do that is to partner up with unlikely sources to reach gamers. And if the Steam Deck is one of those vehicles, then it is what it is.
Okay.
At the end of the day, we all win. I am going to get a Steam Deck, however. I'm going to get a few different mini PCs with similar power, you know.
All right.
And, I feel like it's entry level for kids, so because it's so cheap and you get so much for the money.
Yeah, it's definitely bang for buck. People complaining about the price. I'm like, well, try to buy one of those other portables that I've been showing. That's people that starts at like $1,000.
Yes.
Try that. Akumu, what did you think about this? Because this is going to slide us into the next segment. Tell me, what did you think about this? And are you, as a female gamer that loves to stream, is this a platform that you would support? Do you think Microsoft should get involved with it more so for Game Pass to bring it to the people? Talk to me.
Yeah, I think so. Like PK was saying, this is a great way to reach more people. I know that he was saying he wants to, bring more families into like the gaming or whatever. We used to joke because I started gaming when I was a kid, and some people were like, "Oh, they talked to my dad and they were like, "Oh, you let her game that young?" And my dad was like, "Hey, start her young."
Right.
So yeah, I think it's a good idea. As far as the streaming, I would need to know more about the capabilities and everything like that before it's just like, oh yeah, hey, you can stream off of this. But I don't see why you wouldn't be able to, because you can even do that. I mean, granted, it has like the docking, but you can do that with the Nintendo Switch, right?
Right.
There's even special I can't think of the word right now, but there's people that will stream old school retro style games like the 64, and you just need the right equipment to hook that up to be able to stream that. So
Shout out to my brother Retro Renegades, my man Graphic God. That's a fact. He does it all the time. Go on the show. Get it. Continue.
Right. Yeah, exactly. There's the people, I have a friend who will stream mobile games. So yeah, absolutely. I think that I don't see why you wouldn't be able to like stream using the Steam Deck. It's something that when I first heard about it, I was interested. It's not something that I'm like, oh, I need it right now.
Right.
But it's something that I'm interested in. And then kind of hearing, his thoughts on it, the fact that it's like, oh, now that you have confirmation that, oh, you're going to be able to do more outside of just what's in your Steam library. But now, like he was saying, oh, hey, yeah, via the cloud, I was playing Game Pass. And it's like, oh, okay, so now you have confirmation that it's going to do more. Because, yeah, we suspected, especially as they're touting it as a portable PC. So you like they were saying, you suspect. But to kind of have that confirmation now, it's just like, oh, okay. Now we have a little bit more confirmation. Okay, now I'm feeling a little bit more confident in my purchase of this.
Well, I got some people that's gonna buy it just to do Game Pass, and they're aiming at the lower model. I think the screen is better looking at that screen than my cell phone because, I think Game Pass for me, I like playing on the tablet. You know what I'm saying? Because I like the bigger screen. I don't like playing on my cell phone, no games, but it's still an option. People love to do it. The touchscreen controls, I think it's amazing. But we're going to move into another segment, man. We're going to talk about the Xbox Stream Box. Now, if you look up on the screen, people, this is what it looks like, man. And this is moving straight into another situation where Microsoft is trying to reach these billion gamers. Now, Game Pass is definitely going to be on the stream box. We know we got a lot of us on that Game Pass hype train, man. But let me tell you something. What do y'all think about that stream box that I showed y'all, man? Does this look like a device people just going to pick up and play? Because if you could take that little box and just do xCloud, I think that's going to be a success. I mean, you could put these around your house and just have them on a TV and have go time. What do y'all think about that, man? Because they're definitely coming with it. Anybody could chime in.
Like I said, options are always good. And yes, having that flexibility, I mean, people will definitely look at it, and it'll probably be in different come in different kinds and shapes and sizes and versions, right? So it might be uh, a smaller or even a different kind that offers more. I don't know. There's always different tiers when it comes to Microsoft. Let's be honest. So it's not a one off, and there's not a one size fit all either. It's more or less like which one works for you, and let's go with it.
Okay.
For me, I'm all about options. So if I can have my little room down in the basement to have when guests come over, they can have something to do. Not really jump on my stuff, but have something to jump on. That'd be
Right.
dope.
Right. And sick. I'm gonna go to you on
Yes.
this. What did you think about the stream box? And do you think the stream Xbox box or whatever they're gonna call it, do you believe that it's gonna have Netflix and all those other applications on top of that, besides just Game Pass and xCloud?
Yeah, that's the thing about it. It depends on the platform that they use. I'm suspecting it's going to be Android TV, and there's a million and one of these little USB stick looking devices now.
That's a fact.
Even TiVo has one, right?
It's impossible not to, dude. Not in this day and age.
Right, and so even TiVo has one, and the only special thing about theirs is an app that they also have on it to let you access the other TiVo in your house, and you have that whole interface, and it's like a TiVo, but it's really just a special app that's on an Android TV box. It has Netflix and everything else, and I'm sure all these devices that are out here right now have the same thing, except a Fire Stick, which is a different platform mostly, but it's mostly the same at the same time, and it has all those apps too. So you're gonna see the Xbox app that's gonna be on this device on all these platforms. It'll be that same app. It's just that they have a device that they can suggest to you. Here, it's got your Netflix and everything else that you want, and you can put it in your pocket. If you're the type of person who travels for work, you could plug it into the hotel TV, and it'll support your Xbox controller. Maybe it'll have support for the wireless Xbox controls, support things, so you don't have to get this little USB stick or whatever, and that's native instead of being Bluetooth or whatever. They could do that, and it's something simple that even I'm thinking about it now. Even though I don't need one, I probably would pick one up, because an Android TV device that is probably going to support that radio for the controllers, and nothing else does. So for that alone, I would buy one. But yeah, this is not going to be something everybody has to look at and say, oh, it's not selling, and therefore xCloud is not successful. That app will be everywhere.
It will sell eventually.
On TV. Right, it will, but it doesn't have to sell a lot to be successful, because it's one of many options that you have.
One of many, that's a fact.
One of many, 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 many. And that same app that'll be on there, it's going to be on TVs and all those platforms, all those boxes, everything. So except for Apple, because Apple being Apple. But other than that, yeah. And then the government is looking to that too.
It may be on Apple.
Google and
Apple TV is on Xbox. They can surely make a deal about it. I mean, iOS is the only game changer. I mean,
yeah, but the DOJ is already looking into that. You see, Google and Apple is looking like they're both going to be in trouble with this whole Epic thing. So we'll see about that one day soon as well.
I don't know about that, but
not Microsoft. Not Microsoft.
Not Microsoft.
I would say for Microsoft, they already have deals with Apple TV, so I don't see that being a. All I'm saying is it has to offer multimedia. There's no way they could just do Game Pass.
Absolutely. It'll just be some Android devices.
Akumo, give me your thoughts on this stick, on this Xbox stick, man. Tell me, would you pick one up to play in another room, and would you like it to have other apps on it like Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, whatever else, YouTube TV? What do you think?
I think I would like to have other apps. I feel like, okay, this is like a streaming device.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I think like they're saying, I think it's kind of like in this day and age, yeah, it's kind of like a must. Most streaming devices, they're gonna have options. They're not just limited to just one thing. I mean, as far as picking one up myself, it's a little, I'm a little back and forth about it, because like right now, I mean, I pretty much got everything in like the one room that I kind of needed,
Okay.
So I'm just kind of like, For me right now, personally, I don't see the point personally because it's just like, well, I don't need it. I have everything. I'm a little hermit, right? I was like, I got my
So
room.
you got everything in one place.
Pretty much, yeah.
Right,
That's what I said. I'm a little hermit. I got my one room, and I got everything here, so I'm good.
Okay.
I'm the type of dude that always want to be prepared. So having it in my backpack when I travel is something that I want to have just in case. Or, like I said, down in the little room.
Right.
You know what I
Well,
mean?
but see,
When company
going
come over.
right. So I get that, but going off of that too, because even though I'm not like, oh, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna buy it right now, but I do want it eventually, the Steam Deck. Like I can use that for if I want, like, as far as like Game Pass. As far as like watching something, I mean, I watch it on my phone or something, like, so.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. Yo, pay attention to some of them chats, man, because I'm sending some of these out here, man. And my administrators. Listen, man, we're gonna keep the show moving. Now, just a quick, short subject. As you see, Sick is wearing those Microsoft wireless headsets. They officially dropped the official wired version of the wireless. Did this shock anybody that they made a new wired version? Because I thought it was great. So that's my side gone. But
I'm a little salty about that, though.
okay, so you go first. Be a little
Yeah,
salty.
Well, I'm salty because I wish I known that before I bought these other.
Yeah,
Because I ain't a wireless
shout out to my
dude,
brother
you
Sick,
know
man.
what I mean?
He bought me my headset for my BD, man. He bought those headsets. Shout out to my brother. Thank you so much. But I'm a wired dude. I like, even when you have
I
the
am too.
wired, you're still wireless because you're going through the controller. But those headphones are awesome. And I had to exchange my Elite Series 2 yesterday because putting the controller down while the wire is plugged into it, it gave my jack short. So I'm kind of going with the wireless right now because I don't want my new controller to do the same thing. And I got Astro A40s and I love them. They're so damn comfortable. But anyway, Sick, talk to me.
Yeah.
What did you think seeing that? And after you just got them too.
Yeah. So no, but the thing about it is, I kind of look at these and I'm like, but for a little bit more, you get a lot more. Like, for example, this one is missing the balance between the chat and the game audio. It just has the mute functionality and
what are you
volume
talking about? That has that.
No, this headset does, but does that one have it?
Oh,
because I could have sworn I read
it.
It does not have that.
I'm not sure.
So
but if it's wired, you do it through the Xbox. You don't need the headset to do it.
Right. But
yeah,
so
that's how you
point
control it. I do it with my A40s.
Right, and that was the point we was having last night or yesterday afternoon. Was conversating about this, and it's that even when they supported with the headphone jack in the controllers, I still used a little chat adapter that came with the with the original Xbox controller because it's got the buttons right there. I don't want to be in the menu, pressing all types of stuff. Now these headphones, this is finally why I retired this finally after all these years, because these headphones, the wireless ones, it's got the volume balance and it's also got the chat balance in there with the muting and everything else. And I could have sworn I read that this doesn't have the chat balance in it. It's got the muting and the volume, but not that. So to me, I look at it and it's like, for a little bit more, you get a lot more, because these USB headsets are just that. They are also USB. The port isn't just for charging. You could plug it in.
Yes, you can plug it
and it pops up in Windows. Right. It works on other devices too, and it works on my iPad. Right now I'm using Bluetooth, but usually it'll be plugged in on various devices. So there's that balance there. But if you needed a pair of headphones that feel just like this headset without the wireless functionality, it's a thumbs up in my mind, because these headsets are very, very, very comfortable after all this time. I still feel like they're brand new. They feel that way. And these headsets look just like it. It's just missing a few things. I suggest you upgrade to this version here, the wireless, because it's only $100. But if you can't afford that for various reasons, or you just need a wired headphones that has a traditional headphone jack, hey, that's definitely a good pick. So that's what I think.
Okay. Okay. Akumu, what do you think?
I mean, I like them from what I was reading, and I say reading because I don't own a pair. um, so from what I was looking at, I mean, I do like it. But full disclaimer, I wouldn't use them because I already have. I have these headsets that I stole from a certain somebody, and then I have wireless headsets already,
I want my stuff back, Kumu.
and then I just because, like I said, a lot of the things that I do, I play around like my computer arm streaming it, so I already kind of have like the setup. I have like the mic already for me and everything like that. But for those who would need something like this, I like it. I like that it's wired and it's jacked into the controller, because there's been some out there that you need to plug them straight into the console, and that definitely limits your movement.
Facts.
So I can appreciate that. Just for me personally, because I already have kind of like this whole little setup going, I'm just like, oh, okay, well, for me, I don't see a purpose in it.
Okay.
To get them.
Well, I thought it was a good option for people that don't want to spend $100.
Right,
you have kids, you don't want to spend $100 on a headset. Parents don't care about the features. So I think it's good for options.
Yeah.
It definitely has that visual aesthetic of the first pair. So, and it matches everything that, Xbox is doing. So I think it's a great option. But now we're going to get into something, man. And this is something that was important to me. Shout out to the people in the chat. I see y'all out there. Y'all definitely out here socializing and getting it popping. I appreciate that, man. And look out for these codes, because we on 3 topics left, and I got 2 codes to drop. So whoever got the fastest fingers is going to recover them. So pay attention to the chat, because I'm dropping some codes. With that being said, we're moving into next generation hardware. Games are being visually stunning. We're seeing games that's coming out in the future visually stunning. Listen, this game here that you're gonna see that I'm gonna pull up, Black Myth Wukong Unreal Engine 5. Now, this gameplay trailer stunned the hell out of me. Now, y'all know I'm a tech guy, so I don't look at a video everything just for the gameplay or just the immediate graphics. There's a part in this video that I'm about to post that I'm gonna show y'all. Well, you're gonna have to look at the whole video because I edited it. But there's a part that's part of this video that the enemy swung a spiked bat-like stick. And when he swung this through the snow, the damn spikes left trail marks in the snow. Now, I know when people watch that video, they didn't even understand what happened. I rewinded that like 5 or 6 times. If this is what we're going to be feasting upon in terms of graphics, with the Unreal Engine, updated Unity, Frostbite, Snowdrop, this game from a developer that has 30 people working for Game Science out of China. The character from the Wukong is based off the Monkey King. The boss battles are over the top. It's an astronomically good looking game, and I'm going to use this word to describe this game that I did not know. As good as this game looks, it's an indie type. That's what's bugging me out. This is not no major AAA studio game. It's an indie game that is destroying AAA titles in terms of graphics. Now, this is what Unreal 5 is going to be doing for us this generation. I'm never playing another remaster because this game is incredible. This game looks absolutely stunning. Now, sick. You know I posted this in the Dragon's Den.
Yes.
They said the audio for the video is kind of loud. They can't really hear you.
Oh, damn. All right, I'll turn down my mic.
I think for the video they're saying.
Yeah, for the video.
Oh, it shouldn't even have no damn volume.
Oh.
Yeah, well
then.
let me stop it. But anyway. Tell me. What did y'all think when y'all saw this video?
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
All right. So
there you go. I muted it, y'all. Muted it.
This was a game that I'd heard about before. I had seen some footage before, but this is when it was on the Unreal Engine 4. When Lemon had posted the video from, I'd seen the name again. I'm like, oh, this must be old footage. I didn't realize it was new footage. I don't know how I missed that. And so Lemon said, hey, you got to watch this video for the show. I'm like, all right, cool. So I watched it right then and there. And just glasses off. So I had to find a tool to go re-download the video off of YouTube in its full fidelity with the least amount of compression, like the original version that was posted, not the VP9 or the AV1 recompressed. Okay, so I could see this.
Nobody knows what you're talking about.
Long story, I got it in the master quality. Long story short, that was sure that you cut me off at the worst time you always do. Just hear what I'm saying. Master quality. I'm looking at this. I'm like, bro, this is what next gen looks like. This is what next gen looks like. You're talking about his staff in the snow, and it's got the spikes on it, so the snow is deforming because of the spikes. And it's not just the generic outline of the stick is, you know, making a path in the snow. We've seen that before, and that's still impressive in and of itself.
Right.
It's the spikes of it, so it's on the fly, freshly tracked in snow. Just when he's fighting and he's swinging around, that's not even the graphics of the enemies and all these things that you're seeing going on. Like the texture quality, the detail is just mwah. And on PC, you know, it supports that DLSS, so it's a multi-platform game. And see, I love the fact that you bring up this is an indie game. This is an indie game in the terms of the amount of resources that are being put towards the game. There's only 30 people. There's only a certain amount of money. It's not about the quality of the game. It's about what they have to put into it in terms of financials and resources in general. And you see, even without a lot of money and a lot of resources, this technology in Unreal Engine 5 is easily impressing, far beyond what the demo was before in Unreal Engine 4. Like, oh my God, if I could find the real video from before they put it on YouTube to watch it again, direct feed, right? So I tried to get it the best quality I could on YouTube.
Oh, they're gonna get a direct feed. They're gonna part with the snow right now. When he swings the staff, he hits. If you go watch that video, and it shows you the spikes marks in the snow besides the bat. It's
right. And Palm is also bringing about the leaves and the wind. Yeah, and sometimes the wind from his staff is blowing the powder of the snow. The physics is insane. The physics are insane, and it's realistic, and it's a step above what we've had before, which is still impressive. You know, what we had before, that level right below it still blows my mind when I see it in game because they don't use it too often. Right. But this is a new level. The animation, the texture quality, the details. At first, I'm looking at it, they show no characters. They just show environments and it looks photorealistic. I'm like, when are they going to show the game? And then I see the characters and I'm like, these characters look fake, but it's the uncanny valley because the characters look fake outside of the realistic looking world that at first it doesn't look right. And then you look at these are characters that could not exist in the real world and you start to accept it more. And then all of a sudden it flipped in my mind, at least. And I'm looking at these characters, the detail on them, the animation, even for the little things when he's fighting that lightning snake or whatever it is. And sometimes he whiffs the hit. He's trying to hit him and he misses. And still, it seemed like the snake is animating a little bit, like he dodged just a little bit, even though he, like the hit was gonna miss him. It looked like he juked a little bit. Like I was like, but did I really see the animations are on point? The details, you can tell they did this for the love.
Let me tell you something people may not know, real quick. Let me tell you something. After they put that demo out, the demo was to recruit developers to help them finish the game. they received over 10,000 resumes.
Wow.
10,000 resumes. And not only did they get resumes, they had people knocking at their door wanting a job to help finish this game. That's what the first demo we saw last year did. What you think gonna happen now? Then they're making 3 games. This is a first in a trilogy. Oh man, this is gonna be an amazing situation.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody need to buy a studio, Microsoft need to buy them. If they're for sale, Microsoft need to pick these 30 guys up because they are talented. They have shown graphics that I've never seen in nothing. Nothing. No Ratchet and Clanks. No Halos. Only thing I think is going to compete with this is maybe Gears 6. But damn. And it's an indie game. I've never seen nothing look like this. I don't usually buy games for looks. It could be the most shallow experience that I've ever played in my life. But they got my money. I don't care if it's $100.
Yo, gamer side, where you at with this footage? Gamer side, where you at? This is their bag. They don't have it.
But go ahead, PK. PK, take over. Tell me what you thought about these graphics, man. Was you impressed? Do we got crickets going on in here?
Yeah. PK, you're muted if you're talking.
Oh, my bad. I was gonna say, I didn't get a chance to watch the video. To be honest with you.
Well, you know what? Shut his mic off. Let's go. Akumu, give us your point of view. Well, I dropped the links in the chat that it took me.
Hey, you know I was busy, brother.
To make, I know you had to get your race card done, and the reason he's not on camera because after he got his card done, he put his head out the window and he basically blew his forehead off speeding. So that's why he's not on camera because his forehead is back here somewhere. He don't even know what he's doing. But it's all right. PK is the man. But Akumu, did you get a chance to watch the video?
I did get a chance to watch the video. Yes.
And give me your thoughts.
I was blown away. Like
See?
it was absolutely amazing. Like Six said, first you don't see the characters, so you're looking at the environment, and that alone, you can already see like the weather elements in it and everything. And it was just like, and then you see the characters, and I'm just like, I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I was like, and the details to everything, even like the bird with the human head, I'm just like, it's ugly, but it's so detailed that you could see that it's ugly. Like, and like you said, the fact with the weapons and how it leaves that the spikes in the snow. I like how, when you're going through the snow, you're actually going through the snow.
Thanks.
It's a trail that's being formed. I loved the weapon blur and the impacts. And just what we saw with the fighting and like the dragon itself, I also really loved that we actually got to see the staff extend when he's fighting the dragon and he's throwing all that around and he gets on his staff and it extends. And like you got, and it was so smooth. Like just watching this whole thing, I was just blown away. And I'm just like, okay, yeah, I need this right now in my life, like right now.
All right. I can go with that. And I'm going to say something my brother Pong said in the chat. And Unreal 5 has only been out for 5 months. Just wait for 5 years. And that is a fact. This is the tip of the iceberg of this generation. And look what these guys went from Unreal 4 originally to what they did with Unreal 5 in such a short span of time.
And they were blowing people away with Unreal Engine 4. This is just a whole new level.
I'm tired of all of this craziness about Microsoft buying all these studios. If there's a studio that should be bought, you want them to have a foreign studio, Game Science needs to be picked up. I'm sorry.
There wasn't a release date for it, right?
No, they didn't. Nope. They say they're about to go back in hibernation.
2023.
No, there is no. There is no date. I saw the developer interview yesterday too. There's no real date.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, I was
there
just
is no
asking.
date.
Bunsy was asking
They said
about
the
it.
next time they show, they're gonna give something solid. But they said they're going back in hibernation. They specifically said
Okay.
that. So if somebody put up a date, sick, that's guesstimation.
Oh.
Because the dev said
Well,
they don't want
I'm
to do none of
ready.
that.
I'm ready, and I'm willing to wait.
Yo, I'm willing to wait. I'm willing, yo, I'm like that dragon, and I'm biased. It's a dragon, but goddamn, it was wonderful. Now, listen, people in the chat, whoever got that code, y'all gotta speak up, man, because
Punk Soul got it. He spoke up. He
Oh,
said
Yeah,
thank
yeah,
you.
yeah. He did.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
y'all gotta help me out here. I'm doing 100 things behind scenes over here.
Well,
Shout
I
out
didn't
to
want
my
to
brother
interrupt
Pong, man.
anyone.
Enjoy the code. The PlayStation code will be dropping shortly. So pay attention because we're on our last two subjects, and it's really short. One of my favorite games, Call of Duty. Shout out to me not buying this game, but I am gonna say this for the record. The way they presented Call of Duty Vanguard in Warzone, I don't know who plays Warzone, was absolutely amazing. And I'm gonna tell you what they did. I was gonna put up the footage, but it just was too much. It was too much. But I am gonna say this for the record. You start off in Warzone, you're playing with 32 other people, all on the same team. You're attacking a German train, armed to the T, with it looks like each train car had tank cannons, 2 of them, head to toe, front to back. You had to play together. You damn sure had to run because that tank was not that train was serious. But was crazy is after when I first jumped in, the team 32 people was working for one goal, and we end up defeating the train. But what was crazy is they loaded the skies with them old B-1 bombers. And then they commenced to bombing us on a strafing run. We had to run to save our behinds. You couldn't fight the planes. Bombs was dropping. It was crazy. And then they went into the trailer for Vanguard. That was the most intense reveal I've ever seen in my life because you actually played it. Awesome! Did anybody get a chance to see Call of Duty Vanguard trailer? Looks awesome, but I'm not buying it. But it looks awesome.
Yeah, yeah, I saw the trailer. I did, and it looked amazing. It was just like, oh yeah, this is a game I'd love to play, but obviously not. I'm obviously not. I'm still taking the stance that I took with the whole thing that's going on, and it just but looking at it. It looked amazing. I was just like, oh man, if a certain name wasn't attached to this, in a heartbeat, right?
Right.
And it's like somebody on Twitter, I believe, pointed out the fact that they don't even have their name on it. Like they're trying. It's like they're trying to get people to forget
It's not gonna happen.
that they own the IP to it and everything. So it's just like, oh yeah, except in the fine print, because you have to legally disclose and everything. So it's like, yo, hey, in the fine print. But whereas in past it was like all over and big and everything, they're not doing that, and that's what somebody on Twitter pointed out, which is very true. I hadn't noticed that. It looks amazing. Definitely a game that I'd like to play, but am not.
I got you, because they got to learn how to treat women and everybody else that works for them. You want to hurt them in their pockets.
Exactly.
This is one game that I won't be purchasing, not because of that, because I'm tired of World War II, so I ain't gonna get out here and fraud the street either. But PK,
What's up?
my brother, talk to me. Did you like how Vanguard? Did you watch this Vanguard trailer? Was you impressed?
I can't say either way. I'm indifferent.
Explain.
I kind of feel like it it's hard to follow. I feel like Battlefield's hard to follow, but then you got and then you had this, and it's like I feel like it's underwhelming. But my friends that play Call of Duty definitely is going to get it, but they kind of feel like they're just doing it just to feel.
It's a routine, pretty much.
Yes, yeah, just to feel the the routine, like you said, not necessarily. I'm just gonna make that change because it's just, it doesn't. It's hard for me. I know I'm stumbling my words, but you get what I'm saying, right?
No,
It
I
just
get you.
doesn't feel
Right.
like.
Listen, man.
watch,
You know I play Call of Duty every day.
Right. And
I'm not buying it.
you see Battlefield and it's like, yo, that's something special. And you see this, it's like, okay, they don't have nothing else to do, so this is what we're doing now. So I don't know.
In time, Back to the Future. We're not doing that.
Yeah, so I'm indifferent. I don't.
We're not doing that.
I feel like it's not. It's yeah. I'm sorry.
Listen. Anybody, I want every company to listen to me. I'm an avid multiplayer, first-person shooter, PUBG, Apex, you name it, whatever. I'm in the multiplayer space. If you make a World War II game, you might as well deduct $65 from your budget because I'm never playing it again. I am too old to play something twice my age, the opposite direction. I'm good. I don't want, everybody's made World War II for Medal of Honor, Call of Duty 2. Listen, nobody want to play no more games looking through a scope where the crosshairs look like it was drawn on with a pencil. We're not doing it. I'm sorry. It's Battlefield, and then there's Halo, and listen what I did today, PK. I erased Cold War today.
Wow.
I'm done. And that game was great. Didn't say it was bad, but it's either Warzone or just Call of Duty multiplayer. They both taking up 220 gigs a piece on my Xbox Series X. One of y'all gotta go.
Speaking a lot.
One of y'all gotta go. So I said, I love Battle Royale. See you later. I got rid of it today. You know how much I play. You will never hear me in the chat talking about, yeah, you dudes ain't capturing the flag. Maybe if I'm playing the other Call of Duty because of Warzone, but I'm done. So if I'm done with that, you know I'm done with World War II. I'm just saying. I'm just saying I can't do it, man. But listen, yeah, I do play golf, sure. X, man. Shout out to you, brother. Thank you for picking it up for me too. Sick. Vanguard, talk to me. What did it do for you? Are you going to pick it up?
Okay, before I even answer that, let me say I did find the direct feed.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that
footage. I posted.
I'm gonna need that. I know. I saw you.
It's on Gamepass. I posted it in chat, and and I was looking up the article where I saw 2023, and apparently they told IGN that last year, but the IGN article now is updated to reflect the stuff you were talking about with the 10,000 developers.
Yeah,
who set resumes and all that. So yeah, but this is what they said. But basically, this is a game that they don't have a date and they're gonna be working on it for a while. So they just put a number out there.
Yeah, they just do it. Yeah, it's like a placeholder.
Right.
Like a game, GameStop, right. When you look at the computer and it says TBD and everything says December 31st. Every game.
Yep. We've seen that for a long time, folks.
Right.
This is from experience. But back to the subject. Hey, man, I stick in solidarity with what I said all day, every day. Long before all this information with Activision and Blizzard came to light, just like with zombies, World War II, hard pass. If it's not some kind of history movie or whatever on that, I ain't even trying to hear nothing about World War II.
I don't not at all. See World War II
games. Yeah, and I'm getting tired of those too. But there's
no more Private Ryans, none of that.
But there's been some dope ones recently. But even then,
but I'm
getting tired. I see midway of the titles. Even I'm getting tired of that. So
when I was kids, we used to watch World War II movies in black and white. I'm good.
Yep, literally. So,
you know about that.
So, yeah. So basically, when it comes to this, man, I didn't care one way or another. I didn't see. I can only imagine, with these the past two Call of Duties, they really have been stepping up their graphical game and everything like that. And I'd seen some renders here and there that look great, but in terms of doing the research to find out, no, number one, it's World War II. Number two, it's a company that I'm not messing with at all. until they get their act straight, and it's looking like that's going to be a couple years. So you ain't seeing none of my money or my interest or time or nothing like that. And that's what I said before, and I'm sticking with that. So the hell with Call of Duty. Yep.
Okay. We got a big week coming up, people. This is the last topic of the day. The chat has been awesome. Give yourselves a round of applause. And I'd like to congratulate my little brother. How can I forget that my man is a licensed, what is he again, Akumu? Insurance man. He can sell your insurance. He can get your insurance on your big toe. If you got bunions, bloody got you. If you got part of a shoulder and your arm is really connected to your chest, bloody got you. It don't matter. He covers everything.
With the insurance company, so hey,
Tiberius. He ain't called Tiberius. He needs he needs to get in there and get some insurance.
What's happening?
Yeah, bang my line. That's what it should say. Bang my line.
Bang my nine. Oh my God. Shout out to my little yo. Listen, it's been a great week for Akumu and my boy Bloody, man. Congratulations to both of y'all, man. And I better see what type of food y'all eating tonight. You better send me a picture, goddammit. Because I'm always posting pics. It's usually of seafood, but whatever. I did post a picture of my daughter making me that linguine and grilled chicken, whatever, Fredo sauce. It was awesome. But you know, behind that dinner, something had to be purchased. But anyway. But anyway, last subject, big week coming up. I will definitely be live. Code. Huh?
HTK got the code.
Oh, yes, shout out to my brother HTK. Everybody give my man a round of applause, baby. Welcome. Thank you, man. Thank you, always being around. That's my man 360. I don't call him that. HD, I don't call him that. I call him 360.
Boy,
that's my man
excuse me.
No, that's my thing. You know what I'm saying? That's my thing. You know what I'm saying? He's like, Lemon, you're the only one that called me that. Facts. You know what I'm saying? That's my guy right there. Listen. This is the last subject. We got a big week this week. I'll be streaming maybe 2 out of the 3 days that's gonna happen, but definitely Tuesday for the Xbox showcase on Gamescom. So, Akumu, give me some predictions. Are we gonna get some new stuff from Microsoft Tuesday? What we gonna get? Are we gonna get a Halo date? Are we gonna get some campaign? What you think gonna happen Tuesday? Oh, you think it's gonna be the same old? We're gonna show our face.
I mean, I think
pressure bust pipes.
I'm hoping that we get shown something new. I think we're gonna get shown some things we've already seen, right? Because they want to keep like the hype up. So I think they're gonna show some things we've already seen. But I'm also hoping with this being as big as it is, they're gonna also bring out something new to show us.
Well, hold on, excuse me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for interrupting you, but I wanna make sure that I'm reading this right. Bloody said, "You know I'm going to post what ear, brother. If you turn into Mike Tyson at dinner, don't post that. Because if you eating ears at dinner, I'm just saying, Bloody. I'm just saying. I'm just reading what you wrote. It could be a typo, but it's working for me. So if you turn into Mike Tyson, I'm calling the cops. But anyway, go ahead, sis. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good because I didn't even see that. But that's kind of what I'm hoping. Now, obviously, if it's something new, I mean, it's new. I don't know. But yeah, I think they're gonna show us at least something that's old, quote unquote, that we've already seen, just because. And they want to keep the hype up. Maybe they might not show us maybe the exact same thing, but it's going to be like, oh, here's the same game that y'all have already seen, but here's, some new footage, maybe some like real gameplay. As far as like that goes, I think.
Yo, listen, man. I got to shout out my man Yobi, aka King God Yobi. This is my dude, man. Shout out to my guy with the $30 Cash App payment. He said, for keep making a difference. Brother, I appreciate you. Everybody here appreciate you. What you do give definitely goes back to the channel. It is greatly appreciated. Your attendance, your drive, your motivation, and your support is tremendous. Shout out to my boy Yobi. That's my brother from another mother, man. Appreciate you, my God. Appreciate you. I'm sorry. This was sent like 7:32. What time is it? We almost done, too. We doing good out in these streets. Okay, my bad. I missed it because my eyes is everywhere, yo. This is why we do need super chat. But, yeah, so YouTube could rate me another way. But it is what it is. All right. PK, talk to me. Talk to me. Gamescom predictions. What we doing?
There's gonna be a lot of stuff.
What, you just found your lips after driving so fast? What happened?
Not like Konami's gonna be there. There's just gonna be a lot of stuff. I'm just waiting for surprise, to be honest with you. So I don't really have predictions. I'm looking for dates. I'm looking for either Halo to show more single player or maybe give us a date, stuff like that. And Nintendo's going to be there too. Hopefully they don't talk about Smash because we're not ready for that. Hopefully that's October.
Okay.
But that's all I got at the moment, man. It's just wait and see.
I mean, something I will say. I believe EA is going to be there, so I'm hoping more Dragon Age 4 news. I mean, I know that I talk about this a lot on the podcast, but I'm still waiting on more Dragon Age 4 news. And maybe some more of the next Mass Effect also, I'm hoping. But I'm still holding out hope for Dragon Age 4 news.
Facts. Okay. Oh, okay.
So
hold on. I got a shout out to my man 360 chat. Get ready. He's donated a code to y'all. He has donated
Battletoads.
Oh, hey.
Shout out to 360, man. That dude is solid. Great guy, man. Great guy. Love to watch your content when you're online, man. Good brother, man. And Sick, talk to me. Gamescom predictions.
Yeah, basically, I agree with PK and Akumu here. I'm interested in seeing some dates. Maybe for Halo, we'll get a date, but more likely we'll get an announcement of a next technical preview or multiplayer review or preview, whatever they want to call it this week. Just waiting to hear dates. Certain peoples are going to be there, and we'd like to hear from them because we haven't heard nothing from them in ages. So it'd be good to hear, announcement for X, Y, Z, whatever. Want more dates, more confirmation of what we already know. Maybe we might see a surprise or two. My expectations aren't too high for anything that we don't already know about. It's really about confirmation and dates, and maybe one or two surprises. Maybe a multiplayer demo or something. That's about it.
Okay, I'm trying to get to one more super chat that we received. I'm trying to see where did they send it to. It should be here, so why is it not showing? I want to shout out the person that sent it. Well, let me shout him out anyway. Steven Bird, appreciate you, man. That's my man, Sir Sex Man. That's my guy right there. Appreciate it with the $10 chat, but he didn't make no comment. So I'm going to make one for you. 108 is the best. If you want the facts, come to 108 Dragons TV and Dragons Den, because him and his team, they always promote the facts. Shout out to my man, Sir X-Man. I was like, damn, well, I know that name. Oh, I know that name. I don't know who that is. That's my guy right there. Appreciate you, my brother. I appreciate you, and thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that, my brother. Listen, man, that is our show. And one thing I can say about this panel and the community out here, y'all all are awesome. Let me just say that for the record. Number 2, we knocked out 11 goddamn topics in 2 hours. 11! Let's go! That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Everybody clap it up. Let's go. Team Prometheus, we in the building. Let's get it. 11 topics in 2 hours. God damn, we good.
Wow.
Damn, we good. Damn. I love it, man. Listen, we're gonna get these outros out the way. Akumu, what game are you looking forward to this week? And tell me, where can they find you? Or where they can find you. I know where to find your ass. I know where to find you. Right next to Bloody getting your ear bit off at dinner. Because he want to be Mike Tyson, the Pocahontas version. But it's all right. Where can they find you, sis?
You can find me over on Twitch. I'm still on that Mass Effect grind because I had to put it away for a bit, but I'm gonna be jumping back on that this week. playing some. I don't know the date yet that I'm going to be streaming, just because like what I talked about earlier, I still am setting up my panic button and defenses.
Listen,
So I don't want to say, oh, hey, yeah, Monday, and I'm not ready. So I don't know exactly when it's going to be happening, but I will be streaming this week.
listen. When you got the clowns chasing you and the haters out there, you gotta work hard to keep the negative fools off your back. Don't worry, your big brother. Send them my way. I got you. I'll treat them like Tokyo, and I'll be Godzilla. I got you. Don't worry about it. Yo,
All right.
PK, the most electrifying dude that blew off his forehead today in that fast race car. Where can they find you? Gator High School shoes wearing sucker? Where can they find you?
Definitely can find me on Dragon's Den every Saturday. Definitely come by and check out 4GQ TV, man. We definitely been putting on a new show called MCU After Show. Putting a lot of work in. I would love for you guys to come by and check it out and give us some feedback, man. I really enjoy doing content along with my family here, and I definitely love to hear you guys give me your reactions and your thoughts. So come by and check that out for sure.
No, tell them about that interview I just did. Oh no, you didn't do it. You couldn't make it. Well, tell
Yeah,
them
I couldn't make it.
what Clowns in Paris did. Tell them about that one, because that was awesome.
So,
I couldn't make it
so
either because he wanted me to do it, but I couldn't do it either.
yeah, the writer of Luke Cage, and you know, he's a comic writer, content creator. I wanted to be there. I really did. Awesome dude, man. Awesome dude. Um, I didn't get to speak to him. Hopefully, he'll come back, and then I could be available for that. Um, Definitely come by and check it out. I mean, if there was anything that is super exciting, is to hear someone that can write authentic stories that make you interested. And this guy, and there's another one that, and it can't come to mind, is, but they're both really gifted at bringing stories to a ground level where it doesn't feel like it's over the top, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. Okay. Let me shout out a couple people in the chat, man. I know the chat just been lit, man. Y'all lighting it up, and I'll be trying to look at everything by the time I look to be moving so quick. But I'm gonna shout out my brother Pong, Sir X-Men. Man, there's so many in here. 360.
Other Zinc.
Other Zinc. Omar. Of course, the Yobi. I'm going backwards, people. I'm moving back up, man. I gotta really commend y'all for being out there. Smitty Smith, that's my dude, man. Damn.
Sensei, the homie.
Yes, of course, yes, Sensei, yeah. And he said he gonna keep up that momentum with your drive, sis, with the Twitter work. He said he gonna keep that momentum right up. That's the support from the community you need. Bunty, shout out to Bunty in the chat, man. It is greatly appreciated to have everybody, man. And shout out to Twitter Finger Bloody, man. Shout out to Twitter Finger Tyson. That's what I'm talking about. Twitter Finger Tyson. That's your new name, brother. I'll be making this off the fly. You know what I'm saying? Off the fly. You know what I'm saying? I'm way up here with it. Way up here. You know what I'm saying? Sick. Where can they find you, my brother?
Well, yo, you can find me on Twitter and everywhere. Great games are played with the same name, Six Slayer and no C. You can find me right back here on the Dragon's Den next week.
That's a fact.
Check me then.
Listen, man, you know where y'all can find me, man. Listen, I got some great developer interviews from Play New York City. Go check out those videos, man. Listen, you're going to hear stuff about Gamepass, how the developers, one developer said she wished she was in Gamepass because she would have way more eyes on her game. One dude was talking about games with gold when he was back in there. In November, he was one of the games for gold. We're going to talk about another developer that made Just Cause and what was that game? Primal? What is it called? Damn, I hate when names.
Rage?
Oh no, the shooter that came out, the co-op shooter on Xbox.
Oh.
They was like Game Passes did so much work for their game, man. And put so many eyes, and the success is due to Game Pass. So listen, when you hear stuff about certain games like Outriders and somebody throw a sick jab, just brush it off. You know what I'm saying? You listen. Let people hate while you enjoying these great games. We got Back for Blood coming. We got so many fire titles coming, man. Hopefully PlayStation comes and tries to challenge Xbox Game Pass, because listen, man, if you're not on that Game Pass hype train by now, there's a serious problem with you, because it's, like I said, man, I'm definitely a supporter of the platform. It's awesome, and it should push Sony into the corner where they have to come up with their own remedy, which it makes it better for the gamer, and that's all that matters, man. And with that being said, I'm gonna say what I always say every week. Everybody have a good evening, man. Have a safe weekend, and bring your game and not your name. And I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Peace.